Hey foodies, today on She Cooks It All, we are going to make this delicious garlic creamy mash, falling off the bone lamb shank and served with this red wine gravy. Chef kiss. This is just one of the best meal I make if I have guests, guys. And then of course to serve, you just pour that red wine gravy to your liking. Oh my goodness. Let's cook. So to cook, we have our lamb shank, which we are going to generously cover with salt and freshly grated black pepper. If you can, freshly grated black pepper holds so much flavor, guys. So if you can, always use, freshly grated. Okay, so you're going to generously rub this on your lamb shank, and then you set them aside, and then we're going to prepare the base, the veg. Okay, I like to prepare everything before I start cooking because this is one of those meals the oven does the heavy duty, so I like to make sure everything is nice and ready. So we are slicing the onion. I'm using shallot. We are going to slice, try to make them same size. So we are slicing the onion, we are slicing the carrot, and we'll also do the same with the celery. And all my vegetables have been already washed on the side. I don't want to bore you with how I wash my stuff, so they're nice and washed and clean. So you slice them or chop them, and then you set them aside, and we are ready to cook. So to cook, you will need an oven proof pan, and if you can, use a heavy bottom oven like this cast iron. Add the oil, heat it up, and then we are going to brown our lamb shank. Mine is big enough to hold all 4. If yours is not, then do this in batches. You don't want the lamb shank to touch and start stewing. You want them to be browning, and we are cooking on a kind of a medium to high heat. Okay, brown this on each side, and then after they're nice and brown all over the place, you're going to remove from the pan and set aside. Again, I say if your pan is small, do this in batches. It's important that they are nice and brown and not stewing. Okay, and then in the same pan, we are going to add all the vegetable that we prepare, and do not be afraid of the burn at the bottom of your pan. That flavor, guys. Okay, so you add in all your veggies, and then you're going to fry. This vegetable will start releasing their own juices, which will scrape all those browning from the bottom and even create more flavor at the end result. Can you see how all the browning stuff are gone? Yes, that's it. And do not add oil. You don't want to have an oily stew. Okay, guys, just saute for about 3 to 5 minutes until they're nice and soft. After that, we are adding in freshly minced garlic. Just saute this for about 30 seconds. Garlic doesn't need long time to release flavor. And in goes with our tomato paste, and again we are going to saute or fry this for about a minute, and then we are going to now bring everything together. So we have our tomato, and then I have this habit of mixing when I add everything in, but you don't really. So your tomato, your warm vegetable stock, and then the star of the show, of course, is the full red wine, but I just added in a tablespoon of Worcestershire sauce. That's optional. And of course, now we add in a full bodied dry red wine. Okay, the one that you like, guys. Don't use cooking wine, use the one that you drink. Okay, and then you mix this up, and then you return everything, the browned shank in the pan, and then we're going to add in our aromatic, which are the bay leaves, the rosemary and thyme, a bouquet garni kind of. I'm adding in a lot because I have a tree of these in my garden, so just follow what you can, and the full recipe is down below, guys. Okay, bring this to a boil, and in the meantime the oven is preheating. Once it's boiling and the oven is up to temperature, you place this in the oven and cover, and just cook this for about 2.5 hours. After 2.5 hours, the aroma in my house, guys, the kitchen was just smelling divine. You remove it, remove the cover, and then you're going to return the pan back in the oven for 30 minutes. This will give your meat that kind of a brown color that is really nice, and it holds together when serving. So 30 minutes and cover, and here we have it. Look at this, guys. This meat is so tender and falling off the bone. So this step is crucial. Make sure you have at least like 2 utensil to help you remove the meat from your Dutch oven. So I'm removing the lamb shank, just the lamb shank, and then place them aside on another plate or another whatever. Place them there, and then we're going to cover this with foil, double foil, and then even a kitchen towel just to keep it nice and hot. We are going to make the gravy while the meat is just resting there. So you're going to sieve all that goodness from the pan and squeeze as much juice as you can, okay guys? And here we have it. This is my sieve juice, and now we return it in a clean pan. Look at this goodness, guys. And if you want it a little bit thick, you do this. So I'm using water with cornstarch. Mix well until you have a milk-like consistency, and add all of it to your gravy. And cook this on a medium heat, stirring until it's coming to temperature. It's starting to simmer and it's thickening like this. About 5 minutes and your gravy is ready. Look at this. I can swim in this gravy, guys. So delicious. No salt needed or anything, because remember all those flavor we added in before it's already in. And now we are making mashed potato, which is just potato, salt, water, and of course it's going to be a garlic flavored mashed potato. Bring it to a boil. Once it's boiling, you cover and reduce the heat to simmer until your potato are fork tender. About 15 to 20 minutes. Once it's ready, you're going to sieve all the water from the potato, and then we mash it. And to mash it, I like to use this potato ricer. It will really make the mash so nice and creamy. You can use a food processor or something, but this does the job for me. Pass all your potato, including the garlic, into the ricer, and here you have it. Return your potato to the heat on a very low, on a simmer option, and start adding in cream to your liking, mixing until you get to the consistency of your liking. This was the one I was after, and it's perfect, and we are ready to eat. And of course, to serve, we start off with a bed of mashed potato, and then we are going to just smooth that in to give this space for our lamb shank. You place your lamb shank on your plate. Check this out, guys. Oh my goodness, this dish was so good. And to serve, I like to bring the gravy at the table so you can add to your liking, and you just add until your heart desire, guys. And here we have it. This was just so good, and thank you so much for watching.